Coming up on today's show, we're going to react to the latest OG Anunoby injury news as Brian Windhorst of ESPN gave us an in-depth update on when Anunoby might be back, and it sounds like it could be this series. We'll talk about that around the corner, and then we'll close today's show with me giving you my 5 biggest keys if the Knicks want to end the series in Indiana and get a Game 6 win to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. But first, I got to make sure every single person watching this video is subscribed to Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We put out free, informative, entertaining updates every day on your New York Knicks, and we are getting so close to 50,000 subscribers. So if you love the Knicks and you want to win this series, hit that sub button right now. Welcome into Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it. According to Brian Windhorst, OG Anunoby is expected to miss Game 6. Not official yet. That update will come out later in the afternoon on Thursday. But it sounds like he could be ready to go after Game 6. This is what Windhorst said on Wednesday morning on ESPN's morning show, Get Up. Quote, OG Anunoby is expected to miss Game 6 Friday night in Indianapolis, but is a possibility to return after that. He's out of the pool and doing some court work for the Knicks. If the Knicks advance, the fact that he's already out there on the court and doing some light work makes it a possibility that the Knicks could potentially see him in the Eastern Conference Finals should they get one more victory. OG Anunoby has been really after it when it comes to his rehab and doing everything he possibly can to get back on the floor and play for the New York Knicks and help them win games. According to the New York Times, OG Anunoby has been rehabbing for 8 hours a day since he hurt that hamstring about a week ago. But you know what? I don't want to see OG Anunoby in this series because I want to end it in 6. I'd love for him to play Game 6. Sounds like that's doubtful. So end it in 6. There's no reason to have this series go 7 games. The New York Knicks are the better basketball team. They're the better coach team. And even without Randall and Robinson and OG and Bojan Bogdanovic, I truly believe the Knicks are the better basketball team. So if you end it in 6, you get some extra days off as well. Because the Eastern Conference Finals, if you do get there, which they should, and I believe they will, Game 1 would be May 22nd. OG Anunoby got hurt on May 8th. So you would have 14 days of 8 hours a day rehabbing that hamstring. And that's still a little bit short on the timeline for an injury like that. But I do think that Anunoby would go out there, despite people saying in the past he wouldn't play if not 100%. I think if he's 85%, 90%, and the risk to re-injuring his hamstring is low, he would give it a go. And that would be a major piece if the Knicks are able to get him back for the Eastern Conference Finals, or maybe a potential Game 7 if worse comes to worse, and the Knicks do lose Game 6. We know how special of a player he's been, averaging over 16 points in the playoffs. He's been really strong on the boards for the Knicks as well, which has paid, I think, off, and really them winning basketball games because you don't have Robinson, you don't have Randall. You need people to attack the glass. Anunoby has done a good job of that. He started to find that offense as well in this series. He was getting downhill. He was operating in the mid-range, step back from the foul line. He was letting the 3-ball fly. Really, really excited for the way he was playing, and I'm hoping he can come back as soon as possible. If you want OG Anunoby to get healthy, hit that thumbs up icon. You see it up top. Good vibes only. The more likes we get, I've heard from the head of YouTube Analytics, the more likely it is he's going to be ready to go when we need him. Hit that thumbs up icon right now. Coming up next, I'm going to give you the 5 things the New York Knicks need to do if they want to win Game 6 and get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I keep saying that because I don't even it hasn't even set in that you're 1 win away. But job's not finished. So get it done. That's around the corner. Right now, though, I got to tell you guys about one of my favorite sponsors that we have here at Chat Sports, a new sponsor, and that is Chubbies Shorts. Go to chubbiesshorts.com/chat and use the promo code chat to get 20% off your order. Sky's out, thighs out. Summer is right around the corner, and our friends at Chubbies are bringing the good vibrations. Chubbies is a lifestyle apparel brand that makes every moment feel like a vacation. They say fashion is an expression of one's character, so why not let the world know you're down for a good time? For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners here at Knicks Now 20% off your order with our exclusive code CHAT. Use code CHAT at chubbieshorts.com/chat. I'm a guy that's always struggled to find a bathing suit that really works for me. I got a little bit of thicker thighs. I'm a little bit of a bigger guy. Chubbies has mastered the bathing suit as well as the very comfortable shorts that they have. I'm going to be rocking them all summer long, and they're good for any event that you want to go to. They offer a variety of high-quality men's apparel, from super stretchy shorts and swim trunks in 3 short inseam lengths to pants, polos, and button-down shirts for when you need to hit up your favorite weekend brunch spot. Whether you're getting dressed for your workday, a workout, or a weekend getaway, Chubbies has you covered. Go to chubbieshorts.com/chat and use that promo code CHAT for $20 off your first purchase. Look at the kids, styling, profiling. Shout out to Chubbies. I'm going to be rocking the American flag bathing suit on July 4th. That is a fact. And it's going to get crazy for the people out there. Shout out to Chubbies. Support them. The link is in the bio. Link is in the comments and description of today's show. All righty, let's close it out talking Game 6, and now the Knicks can move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going to keep saying it because it feels so damn good. Own the glass. If you want to win Game 6, you have to win the rebounding battle. We know the Indiana Pacers are more likely than not going to dominate the pace, and they are going to create the pace, especially back in their home building. They want to run and gun. You can't allow them to control the pace and control the boards. Look at this. In Game 1, the New York almost just joked. Game 1, the Knicks win the rebounding battle. They win the game. Game 2, the New York Knicks, they win the rebounding battle. They win the game. Game 3, the Indiana Pacers win the rebounding battle. I'm crying right now. And they also win the game. No way that the Knicks lose the rebounding battle. No, they did. The Knicks lose Game 3. Game 4, they lose the rebounding battle in Game 3 and in Game 4. In Game 5, the New York Knicks dominated the Indiana Pacers on the glass. Bring this same energy. Bring this same dog. Isaiah Hartenstein, I tweeted out, you should get a statue outside the Garden for your Game 5 performance. Bring that same swag. Bring that same mindset to Game 6, and the New York Knicks will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. One of the bigger keys that I have for Game 6 really just it showed itself in Game 5. The ball pressure that Miles McBride put on Tyrese Haliburton in Game 5, I thought made a massive difference in this game, and it was one of the reasons the Knicks were able to dominate the Pacers like they did. Am I expecting Miles McBride, or do the Knicks even need Miles McBride to outscore Tyrese Haliburton again? No, they don't. But with Deuce in the starting lineup, he is going to have to knock down some shots when he's open. But I'm really more so talking about what he does on the defensive end. He was picking him up 90 feet from the basket, cutting off drives, staying in front of him, fighting over picks, fighting under picks, forcing the ball out of his hands. You cannot let Tyrese Haliburton have an offensive explosion back at the field house in Indiana. And you know Tyrese Haliburton likes to act tough at home. He likes everybody's tough when they're up. Shout out to Luka Doncic for that one. Everybody's tough when they're up. And everybody likes to talk trash when they're winning and when they're at home. And Tyrese Haliburton has played better at home than on the road in this series. But he hasn't been guarded by Miles McBride for 48 minutes yet in Indiana. And I'm expecting that for Game 6. Speaking of Game 6, who do you got? Who is going to win this game? I got 3 more keys to victory, but I want to hear from you. Who is going to win this game? Is it the Knicks? Is it the Pacers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Another major key for me is glue versus glue. Hart and DiVincenzo versus Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard. If our 2 of the 3 Villanova boys outplayed 2 of their guys that I would consider their glue pieces, the Knicks will move on. You look at what both players have done, both sets of players, have done in this series, and for the most part, Hart and DiVincenzo have outplayed them. But Nembhard played good in Indiana in those 2 wins, as did Aaron Nesmith. The Knicks need to continue to have the tone set by Josh Hart. Josh Hart is the heartbeat of this team. You have to have Hart. And you need a big-time Hart game in Game 6. And we also need to see DiVincenzo light it up from 3. Had a big game, light it up from 3 as he did in Game 3 when he had 35 points. Struggled in Game 4 and Game 5 offensively, but he didn't let that sway his production. He found a way to affect the game even when the shot wasn't falling. Energy, effort, defense, tenacity, get out and run. Hart and DiVincenzo, they got to lead that charge. Another thing I'm really looking forward to is how the New York Knicks are going to guard Pascal Siakam again. With OG Anunoby out, you kind of have to go more to a team defense versus Siakam. And we saw Hart was the first man up in that starting lineup when both starting fives were in, having to draw that assignment. And that's a tough ask for Josh Hart, who comes in at maybe 6'5" on a good day, while Pascal Siakam is 6'10". So that's tough. So I think it's going to be a full team defense and a full game plan to slowing down Siakam. Because if you don't let Siakam go off in Game 6, you're going to be in a good spot. He's been good this series, but he has not been great. His efficiency's been good, but he hasn't had that game where he scores 40 like we've seen him do when he played for the Toronto Raptors. I'm also expecting for Precious Achiuwa to once again have a big-time game when it comes to being a defensive stopper, protecting the rim, and attacking the glass on offense and defense. And I honestly like the matchup of Achiuwa defending Siakam. Don't want that for 40 minutes, but when he comes in, that's the guy that I want to see guarding Pascal Siakam. We've already given you 4 keys to victory. And I'm going to be honest with you. This doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, this doesn't matter, and this doesn't matter if this doesn't happen. Jalen Brunson needs to be exceptional. Jalen 1A Brunson is what I like to call it. He's got to be that dude, the dude that Becky Hammon said he was not. And he's been that guy this series. 32 points per game in 5 games so far, 5.8 assists, shooting better than 48% from the field. Would like to see the three-point percentage a little bit higher. But, man, it'd be a great day on Friday for Jalen Brunson to catch fire from downtown. You're not going to win playoff games if Jalen consistently. You're not going to win playoff games consistently if Jalen Brunson is not the best player on the floor. He was in Game 1, he was in Game 2, and he was in Game 5. He wasn't in Game 3 and Game 4, and that's ultimately why you lost. Not saying you lost because of him. That's just a fact of the matter. Because right now, it's been, I think, pretty noteworthy. The formula for the Knicks to win playoff games is very simple. Outwork and out-hustle the opponent, beat him to loose balls, own the glass, dive on the floor, do the things that team, the other team is not doing or willing to do to win. So outwork and out-hustle the opponent, and Jalen Brunson, go be great. That's how the Knicks are going to win games. It's how they won Game 1. It's how they won Game 2. It's how they won Game 5. And it's how they advanced in the first round of the playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers. Outwork, out-hustle, out-grind, and Jalen Brunson closed the door in Game 6. And we're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. What Brunson has done so far this postseason is unbelievable. I'm the biggest Jalen Brunson fan there is. I was telling people how good he was when we signed him and how he was underpaid. I'm not sure that I thought he could be a guy that could average 40 in the playoffs like he has. He's been electric. We're lucky to have him. He saved New York Knicks basketball. Give me an 11 down in the comments section. Spam his jersey number and show him some love. My prediction is the same one I had in my preview video. It was always Knicks in 6. I felt Knicks in 5. That was my heart. My brain told me 6. And here we are with an opportunity to close them out and get it done. You take care of business today on Friday. You do the little things. You keep it close in the fourth quarter. Brunson will close the door, and we're going to be going places we haven't gone since 1999-2000. Make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm trying to up my social media game, so I kindly ask all the real ones to hit me up over there. And let's go Knicks!